For transferring data from the parent to the child, we use something called props. If you come from React.js, you already know props. It's a short form for properties, and it basically means properties set from outside, so from the parent. In order to tell our child, the user detail component here, that it will receive data from outside, that it will receive such props, I add the props property to it, to this object. That's a property we haven't seen before. This happens to be an array, and in this array, we specify a couple of strings, where in each string, we define a property which should be settable from outside. So let's say name can be set from outside. Important, this name we give it here inside of the string has to match the property we're using in our template, because behind the scenes, this will create a new property we can use, just like a property we set up in our data object, but now implicitly because it will be passed from outside. So this will give us access to name. Of course, we're still not passing it. In order to pass it, I will go to my user component, and here for user detail, I can now simply say name equals, and then whatever I want to pass. Now here is something we have to watch out for. I can use it like this, and I will pass max here. So I'm not passing the name I'm changing with the button, I'm hard coding a name I'm passing here, max. If we save this and go back, you see max is actually displayed here, so this works. However, it's not dynamic. If I pass name here, hence referring to my name property in the data property, you will see it now prints name. So it prints the string name and not the value of this name property. This is because if using name like this, so just using the property we set up here, will not be dynamic. It will only pass a string. To make it dynamic, I use a colon. So VIII would be the alternative, but I'm using the shorthand. With this, I'm now referring to the name property here, like we do with all attributes we're binding to with colon and then name. So source on the image would have been another use case where we use the colon to make it dynamic, and we're doing the same here with our prop. Once I do this, you now see Max here, and once I click on change my name, you'll see it change to Anna. Now we're passing a dynamic property using this props concept. Important, you need the colon here to make it dynamic, and of course the name here has to be the same as the name you're setting up in this array here. Otherwise Vue.js doesn't know what to do with the attribute you're adding to user detail here. And with this, I'm passing data from the parent to the child.